Know whose voice it is. Just because so-and-so said I was a loser doesn't makes it true. It was his or her opinion, not a statement of fact. Or maybe they were joking and I took it seriously because I'm insecure. If you recognize that you have recurring self-critical thoughts, you can write out or pre-plan your counter thoughts or affirmations so you can be ready. This is the first squatter you should evict. Forcefully, if necessary, he riles up the worrier. The names you call yourself become triggers when called those names by others. So he also maintains the presence of the reactor. He is often present when you try to fall asleep, so he perpetuates the steep depriver. He is a bully and is verbally and emotionally abusive. He is the destroyer of self-esteem. He convinces you that you are not worthy. He is a liar in the interest of your self-worth. Get him out. He eliminates your worst critic and you will also diminish the presence of the other three squatters. Replace him with your new best friend who supports, encourages and enhances your life. This is a presence of what you want in your mind. For the worrier, prolonged anxiety is mentally, emotionally and physically unhealthy. It can have a long-term health implications. Fear initiates the fight or flight response, creates worry in the mind and creates anxiety in the body. You should be able to recognize worry thoughts immediately by how you feel. The physiological signs that the fight or flight response of fear has kicked in are increased heart rate, blood pressure, or surge of adrenaline, shallow breathing or breathlessness. Muscles tense. Use the above stated method to interrupt any thought of worry, and then replace it. But this time you will replace your thoughts of worry with thoughts of gratitude for the outcome you wish for. Thank you for watching. I will continue next video. I am in control. I am in control of my mind and I choose quiet. From the first time I tried this method I started to yawn after only a few cycles and am usually asleep within 10 minutes. For really difficult nights, I add an increase of attention by holding my eyes in a looking up positions, closed, of course. Sometimes I treat to look towards my third eyes, but that really hurts my eyes. If you have trouble falling asleep because you can't shut off your mind, I strongly recommend you try this techniques. I still used it every night. You can start sleeping better tonight. You can also use this techniques anytime you want to. Fall back to sleep if you wake up too soon. Shut down your thinking, calm your feelings. Simply focus on your on the air. You ready to take charge of your career? In today's fast-paced world, career growth is essential. It's time to become proactive. First, define your career goals. What do you want to achieve? Next, assess your skills and interests. What are your strengths? Now, research your desired industry. What skills are in demand? Create a roadmap to success. Break your goals into manageable steps. Work on personal branding. Develop a strong online presence. Network with professionals in your field. Build meaningful connections. Seek mentorship. A mentor can provide valuable insights. Gain experience through internships or volunteering. Learn by doing. Reflect regularly on your progress. Adjust your plans as needed. For example, consider someone who pivoted careers successfully. They identified their passion, upskilled, and networked. Through dedication, they transitioned into their dream job. In summary, taking charge of your career is empowering. Define your goals, assess your strengths, and map your path. Actively seek opportunities and connections to grow. Start architecting your own career today. Every great building begins with great visions. A plan, a desi, and just like that. Your career is not something just happened like that. It is something you design. You are not just a worker in life's construction site, you are the architect of your own career. In this channel we are diving into a powerful truth. Your career is in your hand, you have the power to shape it, design it, and build it into something extraordinary. So let's start talk about how you can start being the architect of your career today. Step 1. Lay the foundation. Know yourself. Every viewing start with foundation. And in your career, that foundation is self-awareness. Who are you? What is your strength? What do you value most? Without knowing yourself, you will build a career that doesn't truly fit you. Imagine building a skyscraper on a weak ground. It won't last. The same goes to your career. Your foundation must be strong. Ask yourself, what are my skills? What activities energize me? What problems do I love solving? Write them down, that is your foundation. Step 2. Design the blueprint. Set clear goals. Once the foundation is ready, the next step is the blueprint. Builders don't start piling bricks randomly. They follow a plan. Your career is the same. Set short-term goals, like improving a skills or gaining experience, and long-term goals, like becoming a leader, starting your own business, or creating impact on your field. Dreams stay dreams unless you act it. Learn new skills, network, and take risks. Every steps you take is like adding bricks to your building. Consistency is key. Don't worry if your blueprint isn't perfect. Even the best architect makes adjustment along the way. What matters is that you have direction. Step 3. Build with action. Take responsibility. A blueprint is useless unless you start building. Action is the bricks and mortar of your career. Every course you take, every skills you practice, every opportunity you grab, that's another bricks in your structure. And here's the truth, no one is going to build for you. Not your boss, not your family, not society. You are responsible for your own construction site. This means you have to be proactive. Apply for opportunities, ask questions, seek mentors, and never stop learning. The more action you take, the stronger your career structure becomes. Step 4. Do it with hard work, determination, perseverance. Today's message is simple but powerful. If you want to build or to be the architect of your own career, 3 things matters more than anything else: determination, hard work, and perseverance. Let us be real, success doesn't happen overnight. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's built bricks by bricks through your effort, your mindset, and your consistency. Part 1. Imagine, a farmer wakes up early morning, plants seeds, water them, protect them, and work every single day. Without that effort, there is no harvests. Your career works the same way. Hard work is the seed you planted every day. Learning, practice, showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's the sweat and sacrifice that prepare you for opportunities when they come. Quote style line. Hard work is the price paid today for the success you want tomorrow. Part 2. Determination. Hard work alone isn't enough. You need the fire inside the decision that says, no matter what happens, I won't give up. Determination is what pushes you to keep going when things seems tough. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, from entrepreneur to athletes, face rejection, failure, and setback. But what makes them different? Determination. They refuse to quit. They choose to rise again and again. For example, Thomas Edison's powerful determination. I want to share with you a story that proves one simple truth. determination can turn failure to success. It's the story of Thomas Edison, the man who gave the world electricity light bulb. Thomas Edison wasn't born a genuine. In fact, as a child, his teacher said he was too slow to learn. But Edison has something far powerful than natural talent. He had determination. The road to the light bulb. In the late 1800s, many scientists were trying to invent a practical electric light. But it wasn't easy. The bulb either burned out too quickly or were too expensive to produce. Edison believes he could solve this problem. So he started experimenting, testing materials, designed filament, and building prototypes. And here's where the story gets amazing. Thomas Edison failed not once, not twice, but over 1,000 times. The famous lesson. One reporter once asked Thomas Edison, "How does it feel to fail 1,000 times?" Edison calmly replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." That is the mindset of determination. Seeing failure not as the end, but as progress. The breakthrough. After countless trials, 1879, Edison finally discovered the right combination, a carbon filament and a vacuum-sealed bulb. And with that, the electric light bulb was born, an invention that changed the world forever. Edison's story teaches us a powerful success don't belong to smartest, or the luckiest, it belongs to most determined. If Edison had given up, after 100 failure, or even 500, we might still be living in darkness today. But because he persevered, his light continues to shine in every home, every street, and every city around the world. So my encouraging for you here is, the next time you face failure or rejection, remember Thomas Edison. Remember that every failure is not the end, it's just another steps closer to success. Determination is the bridge between dreams and reality. And like Edison, if you refuse to quit, your light will shine too. Part 3. Perseverance in your career. Now perseverance is the secret glue. It's not about running fast once, it's about running long when the road feels endless. Perseverance means keep trying, learning, improving, even when the results are slow. It's the beliefs that every step forward, no matter how small, bring you closer to your dream. Quote style line. Perseverance turns effort into achievements, and dreams into reality. Visuals of success and growth. When you combine these three, hard work, determination, and perseverance, you are unstoppable. And the strongest pillar in your career. You are no longer waiting for opportunities, but you are creating them. You are no longer hoping for success, but you are building. In my closing scene, let me give you motivational tone. So remember this, your career is in your hands. Work hard, stay determined, and persevered through these storms. Because at the end of all, success it's given, it's earned. Thank you for watching. If this inspired you, hit the like button, comment, share this video to someone who need to push, and subscribe for more motivational content. Until next time, keep work hard, determined, and keep building your dreams. As I bring to you another episode 2. Episode 2. Become the master of your mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have for the creation of good in your life. But if not used it correctly, it can also be the most destructive force in your life. Your mind, more specifically, your thoughts, affect your perception and therefore, your interpretation of reality. I have heard that average person thinks around 70,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot. Especially if they are unproductive, self-abusive, and just a general waste of energy. You can let your thoughts run amok, but why would you? It is your mind, your thoughts. Isn't it time to take your power back? Isn't it time to take control? Choose to be the person who is actively, consciously thinking your thoughts. Become the master of your mind. When you change your thought, you will change your feelings as well, and you will also eliminate the triggers that set off those feelings. Both of these outcomes provide you with a greater level of peace in your mind. I currently have few thoughts that are not of my own choosing or a response from my reprogramming. I am the master of my mind. So now my mind is quite peaceful. Yours can be too. WHO is thinking my thoughts? Before you can become the master of your mind, you must recognize that you are currently at the mercy of several unwanted squatters living in your mind. And they are in charge of your thoughts. If you want to be the boss of them, you must know who they are, and what their motivation is, and then you can take charge and evict them. Here are 4 of the squatters in your head that create the most unhealthy and unproductive thoughts. 1. The inner critic. This is your constant abuser. He is often a conglomeration of other people's words. Many times your parents' thoughts you have created based on your own or other people's expectation, comparing yourself to other people, including those in the media. The things you told yourself as a result of painful experiences such as betrayals and rejection. Your interpretation creates your self-doubt and self-blame, which are most likely undeserved in case of rejection and betrayal. He is motivated by pain, low self-esteem, lack of self-acceptance and lack of self-love. Why else would he abuse you? And since he is actually you, why else would you abuse yourself? Why would you let anyone treat you this badly? 2. The worrier. This person lives in the future, in the world of what ifs. He is motivated by fear, which is often irrational and with no basis for it. Occasionally, he is motivated by fear that what happened in the past will happen again. 3. The reactor or troublemaker. He is the one that triggers anger, frustration and pain. These triggers stem from unhealed wounds of the past. Any experience that is even closely related to a past wound will set him off. He can be set off by words or feelings. He can even be set off by sounds and smells. He has no real motivations. He has poor impulse control and is run by past programming that no longer serves you, if it ever did. 4. The sleep depriver. This can be a combination of any number of different squatters, including the inner planner, the rehasher, and the ruminator, along with the inner critic and the worrier. His motivation can be, as a reaction to silence, which he fight against taking care of the business you neglected during the day. Self-doubt, low self-esteem, insecurity and generalized anxiety as listed above for the inner critic and worrier. How to master your mind. You are the thinker and the observer of your thoughts. You must pay attention to your thoughts so you can identify who is running the show. This will determine which technique you will want to use. Beginning each day with the intention to your thoughts and catching yourself when you are thinking undesirable thoughts. There are 2 ways to control your thought. Technique A: interrupt and replace them. Technique B: eliminate them altogether. This second option is what is known as peace of mind. The technique of interrupting and replacing is a means of reprogramming your subconscious mind. Eventually, the replacement thoughts will become the go-to thoughts in the applicable situations. Use technique A with the inner critic and worrier, and technique B with the reactor and sleep deprive. For the inner critic, when you catch yourself calling yourself names, disrespecting yourself, or berating yourself. Interrupt it. You can yell, in your mind, stop, no, or enough, I'm in control now. Then whatever your negative thought was about yourself, replacing it with an opposite or counter thought or an affirmation that begins with, I am. For example, if your thought is, I'm such a loser, You can replace it with, I am a divine creation of the universal spirit. I am perfect human being learning to master the human experience. I am a being of energy, light, and matter. I am magnificent, brilliant, and beautiful. I love and approve of myself just as I am. You can also have a dialogue with yourself with the intention of discrediting the voice that created the thought, if you know whose voice it is. Just because so-and-so said I was a loser doesn't make it true. It was his or her opinion, not a statement of fact. Or maybe they were joking and I took it seriously because I'm insecure. If you recognize that you have recurring self-critical thoughts, you can write out or pre-plan your counter-thoughts or affirmations so you can be ready. This is the first squatter you should evict. Forcefully, if necessary, he riles up the worrier. The names you call yourself become triggers when called those names by others. So he also maintains the presence of the reactor. He is often present when you try to fall asleep, so he perpetuates the sleep depriver. He is a bully and is verbally and emotionally abusive. He is the destroyer of self-esteem. He convinces you that you are not worthy. He is a liar in the interest of your self-worth. Get him out. He eliminates your worst critic and he will also diminish the presence of the other three squatters. Replace him with your new best friend who supports, encourages and enhances your life. This is a presence of what you want in your mind. For the warrior, prolonged anxiety is mentally, emotionally and physically unhealthy. It can have a long-term health implications. Fear initiates the fight or flight response, creates worry in the mind and creates anxiety in the body. You should be able to recognize worry thoughts immediately by how you feel. The physiological signs that the fight or flight response of fear has kicked in are increased heart rate, blood pressure, or surge of adrenaline, shallow breathing or breathlessness. Muscles tense. Use the above stated method to interrupt any thought of worry, and then replace it. But this time you will replace your thoughts of worry with thoughts of gratitude for the outcome you wish for. If you believe in higher power, this is the time to engage with it. Here are examples. Instead of worrying about my loved ones in a bad weather condition, traveling, or any form of diabolical situations, I say the following, I call it a prayer. Thank you my God and my Father in the name of Jesus Christ. I cover my loved ones with the blood of Jesus Christ. I pray for their safety and put them inside peace and joy, wherever they are right now in Jesus' name, amen. Smile when you think about it or say it aloud, and phrase it in the present tense. Both of these will help you feel it and possibly start to believe it. If you can visualize what you are praying for, the visualization will enhance the feeling so you will increase the impact in your vibrational field. Now take a calming breath, slowly in through your nose, and slowly out the mouth. Take as many as you like. Replace fearful thoughts with gratitude will decrease reactionary behavior, taking the steam out of the reactor. For example, if your child gets lost in the mall, the typical parental reaction that follows the fearful thoughts when finding them is to yell at them. I told you never to leave my sight. This reaction just adds to the child's fear level from being lost in the first place. Plus it also teaches them that mom and or dad will get mad when he or she makes a mistake, which may make them lie to you or not to tell you things in the future. Change the fearful thoughts when they happen. Thank you, your choice of higher power, for watching over my child and keeping them safe. Thank you for helping me find him soon. Yen, when you see your child after this thought process, your only reaction will be gratitude. And this seems like better alternative for all people involved. For the troublemaker, reactor or overreactor, permanently eliminating this squatter will take a bit more attention and reflection after the fact to identify and heal the cause of the triggers. But until then, you can prevent the reactor from getting out of control by initiating conscious breathing as soon as you recognize his presence. The reactor thoughts or feelings activates the fight or flight response, just like with the worrier. The physiological signs of his presence will be the same. With a little attention, you should be able to tell the difference between anxiety, anger, frustration, or pain. Increased heart rate and blood pressure, surge of adrenaline, shallow breathing, or breathlessness, muscle tension. I'm sure you've heard the suggestion to count to 10 when you get angry. Well, you can make those 10 seconds much more productive if you are breathing consciously during that time. Conscious breathing is as simple as it sounds, just to be conscious of you breathing. Pay attention to the air going in and pull out. Breath in through your nose. Feel the air entering your nostrils. Feel your lungs filling and expanding. Focus on your belly rising. Breath out through your nose. Feel your lungs emptying. Focus on your belly falling. Feel air exiting your nostrils. Do this for as long as you like. Leave the situation if you want. This gives the adrenaline time to normalize. Now you can address the situation with a calmer, more rational perspective and avoid damaging behavior. One of the trouble squatter causes is that adds to the sleep depriver issues. By evicting, or at least controlling the reactor, you will decrease reactionary behavior, which will decrease the further rehashing and ruminating that may keep you from falling asleep. Master your mind and stop the reactor from bringing stress to you and your relationship. For the sleep depriver, he's made up of the inner planner, the rehasher and the ruminator, along with the inner critic and the worrier. I was plagued with a very common problem, not being able to turn off my mind at bedtime. This inability prevented me from falling asleep and thus, getting a restful and restorative night's sleep. Here's how I mastered my mind and evicted the sleep depriver and all his cronies. I started by focusing on my breathing, paying attention to the rise and fall of my belly, but didn't keep the thoughts out for long. Actually, I now start with checking my at-rest mouth position to keep me from clenching. Then I came up with replacement strategy that eliminate uncontrolled thinking. Imagine the word while breathing in and thinking the word out when breathing out. I would, and do, elongate the word to match the length of my breath. When I catch myself thinking, I shift back to in, out. With this technique, I am still thinking, sort of it, but the wheels are no longer spinning out of control. I am in control. I am in control of my mind and I choose quiet. From the first time I tried this method, I started to yawn after only a few cycles and am usually asleep within 10 minutes. For really difficult nights, I add an increase of attention by holding my eyes in a looking up positions, closed, of course. Sometimes I treat to look towards my third eyes, but that really hurts my eyes. If you have trouble falling asleep because you can't shut off your mind, I strongly recommend you try this techniques. I still used it every night. You can start sleeping better tonight. You can also use this techniques anytime you want to. Fall back to sleep if you wake up too soon. Shut down your thinking, calm your feelings, simply focus on the present moment. Finally, becoming the master of your mind is a tool, and like any other tool, it can be used for constructive purposes or for destructive purposes. You can allow your mind to be occupied by unwanted, undesirable and destructive tenets, or you can choose desirable tenets like peace, gratitude, compassion, love, and joy. Your mind can become your best friend, your biggest supporter, and someone you can count on to be there and encourage you. The choice is yours. Thank you for your time to watch this wonderful 2 episodes. If this inspired you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more motivation like this. Thank you. Bye. 2.